morning, everybody. We've got 10:30 on our end. I have an unknown phone number on here that starts with 775, ends in 146 or 148, I'm sorry, 418. I have a 418 and a 146.
Hey, John, that's Patrick and Scott Lewis from Nye County.
Perfect, thank you. That helps us get quorum, so we were looking for that. Can I ask who ends in 418 with the 775 number, please? All right, ghosting. All right, so we got 10:30. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Shereen, you want to take the roll?
Yep. John Backadall.
Present.
Can I have a member of the NNSA, please? Yell out if you're here.
Hi, Yuri Graves is on the line.
Okay. And I see Tiffany as well.
I'm here too, thanks.
Sheriff Elgin. Lee Cabanis.
Present.
Billy Samuels.
Present.
Scott Lewis.
Present.
Eric Holt.
Present.
Brett North.
Present.
And for the record, Samantha Laddick.
Here.
You have quorum.
Excellent. All right, we'll go to agenda item number 2, public comment. So no action may be taken upon a matter raised under this item of the agenda until the matter itself has been specifically included on an agenda as an item upon which action may be taken. Public comments may be limited to 3 minutes per person at the discretion of the chair. Comments will not be restricted based on viewpoint. To provide testimony during this period of public comment via telephone, please call in at any time starting at 10 a.m. 669-219-2599. When prompted for the meeting ID, please enter 686-738-8625 and press pound. So we're just trying to waste a little bit of time here waiting for our YouTube stream to be able to connect at the same time frame we're on. So we'll go ahead and hold a open couple seconds here for public comment. Anyone on the computer screen in Zoom land have a public comment?
Hey, John, this is Billy.
Yes, sir.
I got a question regarding EPWG and the subrecipients. Looking back at the count or the numbers you gave us, dating back from 2016 all the way to 2025, there are some outstanding balances. I was going over some of the minutes, and I apologize for the banging in the background. We're still under construction. I can't stop that. In 2019, they talked about anything allocated over than 3 years old will go back to availability for being de-opt for everybody else. Have we talked about that with this group, or is that something that's on your radar?
So it is on the radar, and it's something that we will put on the next formal agenda item. Since we aren't covering that under today's current agenda item, the historical money, I'll make sure that that's on the next agenda, and we'll cover that through that basis, especially after dealing through the efforts that Esmeralda County is going under right now.
That was my intent, John. Thank you.
All right, on the phone, any other public comments? All right, excellent. Let's close agenda item 2, public comment, and move on to our only real agenda item number 3, Emergency Preparedness Working Group EPWG Grant Extension for 2020 and 2021. This is for discussion and possible action. I myself, the chair, will discuss the internal grant extensions for the grants years 2020 and 2021 from DEM, Division of Emergency Management, Homeland Security. And the working group may vote to approve the DEM/HS requests for management and administrative costs in the amount of $4,100 per EPWG member. And the 6 county members are Clark, Nye, Lincoln, Esmeralda, White Pine, and Elko, totaling $24,600 per year for each grant year for 2021 through 2026. So this particular item, on the last quarterly meeting, we did not have enough information to give you exact details. You've all been giving a spreadsheet, not so much declining balance, but annual year award by county. Starts off with, it's coming up on the screen, Clark, Elko, Esmeralda, Lincoln, Nye, and White Pine down the left margin. And across the top, the award years going back to the last contract year with the Department of Energy through 2025. So in 2018, there's a residual balance from Esmeralda County, and in 2019, there's a residual balance from Esmeralda County that was rolled forward into the grant year, contract year that was just extended, I'm sorry, signed by DEM last year, which offers up the current 2020 awards, starting from the top, $93,662.41 for Clark County, going down through White Pine County, ending in that same dollar amount. The only two differences are Elko and Esmeralda. Elko for $90,858.07, and Esmeralda County being $93,000 flat. So what we were looking at for the 2020 and 2021 is making sure everybody has time to spend that money due to the delinquency and getting the money out through multiple excuses. But DEM has made an internal decision to make those awards extended. You folks do not have to submit for an extension on those grant years. Both 2020 and 2021 will go until June 30th of 2023 for their expenditure and their performance period. You do not need to do anything inside of Zoom grants. DEM will fix that performance period to be through, again, June 30th of 2023, basically a year and 2 months from now. Then the second part of this agenda item is for DEM's requesting $24,600 per year for the entire grant, which comes to $4,100 per recipient out of the 6 counties. Historically, we've been asking for money to help not only offset grant operations, but for some of the radiological equipment and calibrations. And we have taken a much larger role and responsibility in this, not in just these 6 counties, but for the rest of the counties as well. And the fact that we are going in the field and doing calibrations at your house for all of your radiological equipment. We're also life cycling out a bunch of it because it's getting older. Some of the older stuff isn't calibrating, or we don't have the software capability to make adjustments should it need to be calibrated. So these costs will be directly related to field support of your radiological equipment, working on training and exercises with each of the jurisdictions, and then some of the grant support here inside of our agency. So I'd like to open it up for discussion for anybody that has questions on the dollar amount, the year applicable through the contract period, or any other comments or questions on this specific agenda item.
Hey, John, it's Billy. Sorry again.
Yes, sir.
So obviously you look at the time frame and the numbers, and you look at the amounts allotted to each subrecipient, it goes down starting from 2020, yet DEM goes up in the amount of value. You explained it very well on the management administrative side, but the way this wording is on number 3, it doesn't really discuss about you guys going out to the field and being more hands-on. If this does get approved, I think you need to write that in there to show and reflect exactly, it's not just management and administrative costs, but it's actually the field work as well. But I have no problem with it.
No, I appreciate that comment. And I think by you saying that, we've captured it in the notes, and it's very applicable because it is part of the M&A costs that are on here. It just didn't have a very good breakdown. And I think we can justify that in our narrative for our funding on this part. Thank you for the comment. Anyone else? We have 4 of the other 5 counties present.
Hey, John, this is Lee. So just a point of clarification, I guess. So the 83,759 that it looks like everybody's going to get 2021 through 25. So then that would be reduced by $4,100, correct? The 83,759 is not a reflection of the reduction by 4,100.
No, I'm not doing quick math in my head with 6 lines there, but it should include the total balance down below of 527. For instance, in 2021, $527,157 should be the total award, including DEM's award as the 7th participant, basically for M&A costs.
Okay,
So those 83K plus for all of the 6 counties, plus the 24.6 for DEM should equal 527.
okay, so the 83,759 is what each county would be actually receiving, inclusive of your need for the administrative and field costs.
Yes, sir, that is correct. So
Okay.
each county as listed, that is the estimated award.
Okay.
And then plus DEM's 24.6 every year comes to that running total at the bottom of $527,157 each year.
Okay, perfect. I just want to be sure I had the math right in my head.
Great question.
John, Eric Holt.
Yes, sir.
So I heard you say these are estimates, but so the 2021 through 2025, the actual award would be based off the amount brought in through that program, correct?
That is correct. And I'll ask Yuri or Tiffany if anybody wants to add some additional DOE side information on that.
Tiffany, I didn't know if you wanted to add any comments to that.
Sorry, I was struggling to find the mute button. Or the unmute button, I should say. I had someone enter my office right when you were saying that. So could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, so Lincoln County, Eric Holt, Emergency Manager and Fire Chief, has asked for the 2021 through 2025, they're the same dollar amount listed all the way across based upon the contract. And we have historically stated that those are estimated amounts because anything can happen. But he's asking if that's true, that those are estimated amounts based upon the activities of the waste coming into the Nevada National Security Site.
Yes, so that's exactly it. Obviously, we can't, the fee that is applied to all the waste that comes to the NNSS is dependent on the actual volume of waste that comes into the NNSS. So while we do have a forecast that tells us we expect this amount to come in from the, the DOE complex nationwide, we don't know exactly what will happen until we get there. So obviously you've got numbers for future years here. We won't know exactly how much volume is disposed in that year until we get there. While we have our best guess, which is reflected in the forecast and that number, it's really going to depend on how much waste is disposed of. And that's dependent on, the climate at the time. So for instance, things during 2020, things were a little different than we expected, right? So a lot of different things can affect, the actual waste volumes during that time. And I'm sorry if that's not a a great easy answer, but that's just how it's always been. We can only charge that fee on what is actually disposed, despite our best estimates. Does that help at all?
Yeah, that was perfect. Thank you. Eric, any other further questions?
No, very good. Thank you.
Chief Lewis, any comments, questions, concerns from yourself? Hearing none. Brett North, White Pine County, any comments, questions, concerns?
Figured out.
No, I have no comments or concerns.
Thank you, sir. Patrick, you and Chief Lewis, any comments?
We're good. Thank you for asking.
All right. So at this point,
John, I got
Yes,
another
sir.
question. Hey, John, this is Billy. I got a question.
yes, sir.
With the funding not being a guarantee, which we all understand, if it is decreased or increased, is that going to be proportionally related to each other? Meaning, if there's going to be a $10,000 difference, is proportionally going to come out of each county and DEM, or is it expected to come out just out of the counties?
Great question, Billy. With a question by Eric Holt there, we would take the proportional cut as well and have to eat it in another fashion. It's not fair for us to not do that and do the same to you guys. So there's also that potential negotiation between the counties. If someone needed more funding for something else, then the 6 counties are able to work with each other. But let's say in 2021, there is that $10,000 hit. It would be split amongst all 7 parties, the 6 counties, as well as DEM on a proportional basis.
Perfect. Thanks, John. Good clarification.
All right, any final comments before I ask for a motion? All right, hearing none, I would like to call for a motion from someone on the committee to accept the award bound spreadsheet as presented, with DEM being awarded the 24/6 across the 5 contract years, as well as the extended release performance period of 2020 and 2021 until June 30 of 2023.
So motion by Scott Lewis, but I'm not repeating that.
So
I'll
we have a
second it.
motion on the floor from Scott Lewis.
This is Lee. I'll second that.
We have a second by Lee, and again, that motion is for the award of DEM for $24,600 per year in the current contract of 2021 through 2025, including an extension internal from DEM of the contract years of 2020 and 2021 to be extended until June 30th of 2023. We have a first and a second. Do we have any other further comment? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Thank you. Any opposed, say nay. All right, thank you very much. Motion passes unanimously. We do have to go through the public comment here on number 4 again, so bear with me. No action may be taken upon a matter raised under this item of the agenda until the matter itself has been specifically included on an agenda as an item upon which action may be taken. Public comments may be limited to 3 minutes per person at the discretion of the chair. Comments will not be restricted based upon viewpoint. So again, if you're on Zoom, you're pretty much live and on the same time frame as us. If you're on the YouTube, we got to give it a few more seconds. So does anybody on Zoom have any public comment that they would like to add?
John, this is Lee. The only thing I would ask is, I'm pretty sure you're probably going to do it anyway, but could DEM just send something out official that we could hand off to our fiscal people, saying like that this is the allocation that's predicted, this is the extension for the 2 periods that you're extending, and that we don't have to do anything in Zoom grants? That would be beneficial on our fiscal side, at least here.
Great comment, Lee. We will work on that internally. There's nothing agendized on this, so I'll take that public comment under consideration, but you can expect it as part of the award and as part of agenda item number 3.
Perfect. Thank you.
Any other public comments? Thank you all. I appreciate you attending on this special meeting. So thanks again. Don't want to take any more of your time. Have a great day. Meeting's adjourned.